Welcome back to GMOY Radio. This is Unfiltered, presented by Street Smart Studios or Street Smart Society. Hit them up on Street Smart Studios LLC. I just messed that whole thing up and backwards. The Street Smart Studios, the Street Smart Society LLC on Facebook. Shout out to Philly. Sorry to Philly.
Sorry.
So we're about to get into this. James, let them know. This is the top. We're about to do our top 10 local reviewed albums of the year, EPs, albums, mixtapes. Let them know everybody we reviewed real quick.
So yeah, we've been running this since August. We've been compiling as many artists we've been trying to get. So as of right now, we have 32 albums we've reviewed. There's other like albums that some of these people drop, but we chose to only use certain ones. So this is the list goes off: Jimmy Wapo, Jordan Kobe. And then I'm going to give out the average scores that we've given out. If you want to check out the real scores, go on Unfiltered Facebook. Check that out, and you can check out all of our real scores. But I'm just going to give out the averages real quick. Sorry. So average for Jimmy Wapo is 3.75. Guala Guala, The Good, The Bad. We got 3.25. Flat 9 Nizzy, Landlord Livin'. This is a 3.5 for both of us. YSO, Cheddar Broccoli Chicken. We gave it 2.25. Walkman. 15229, that was a 4.75. Ron Mangan, Mind Purpose Heart, that was a 3.25. Fly Revolutionary Hustler, which was FRH Volume 1, 3.75. Pretty Chrissy Rose Gold Bitch, 3.5. Charlie Slum and Toro, a 4. Camp Yola, Yola's World, 3K on the K, that was a 3.5. Hawk Jr. Lit King, 2.5. Vlad the Guru, Intro, that's 4.75. Complex Scatterbrain, 3.75. D. Yerk, Sour Trap 2. Lon Lucci, Bossed Up, that was a 1.75. Normal, New Dawn, 2.25. JKJ, Big Points, No Losing, that was a 4. CPX, 3. Genesis, that was a 3.25. Beast Move Awk, Don't Blend, that was a 0.75. Allegheny Cow, that was a 0.5. That was Wolves in Cheap Clothing. Mayo, 17 Straight Summers, that's a 4. Johnny Mace, Never Been Normal, that's a 3. Ramiagu, Beautiful Life, You Enjoyed, that was a 3.5. Aldopo Villa, It's Villa, that was a 3.25. Stoney's World, 3.5. George Hollow, Employee of the Month, 3.75. Reese Young and Ryder, that was a 3. Free Drugs, Tropical Dog Shit, that was a 3.5. Early Dream Team, Flame World 2, that was a 2.25. ATP, Ambrosa, that was a 3.75. And John Baseman, I Got Scars, that was a 3. These are all averages, the numbers I just gave out. And we have, between all these are albums, these are mixtapes, and these are all in EPs. So there's a different variety of, platforms or whatever you want to call that, different formats. Yeah. Formats. So a lot of people, I named off a whole bunch of names. You didn't hear your name. You guys, you should have hit us up on GM Worldwide Radio.com. We have our email, gmwwradio@gmail.com. So you could have hit us up at there. You could have gave us your music. We would have been able to review it. But this is what it is. We're getting it right here for the end of the year albums.
This plans to be a yearly thing again.
So yeah, don't worry. This is still going on. Yeah.
Again, I plan on doing over 100 next year. So let's get it.
We're gonna, and maybe I'll say 100 names next year. So
I feel like we'll just have the TV in the background scrolling the CDs and the names. Yeah, just numbers. I feel like that should have been the idea now.
But yeah.
So we just gonna do our individual lists right quick.
Yeah. So a lot of people didn't make it, obviously. So yeah, what do you want to do?
I can run out my top 10 real quick. That's fine.
Okay.
Number 10 for me, because James said we only can have ties at 10. My tie will be Jimmy Wapo, Jordan Kobe, and Complex Scatterbrains. That would be number 10 for me. Number 9 is Flatline Nizzy. I forgot the name.
Landlord
Livin'. Number 8 is Stony World. Number 7 for me is Fly Revolutionary Hustler Volume 1. Number 6 is Slum and Toro. Actually, after I think about it, I feel like Toro should be named as a co-artist because it is a joint project.
Mm-hmm.
ATP, Ambrosia. is number 5 for me. Number 4 is JKJ, Big Points No Losing. Number 3 is Mayo, 17 Straight Summers. Number 2 is Vlad the Guru, the intro for me. And number 1 is Walkman 15229. That's my top 10, not the station. That's mine.
All right, I'll run mine. Number 10, George Hollow, Employee of the Month. Number 9, Pretty Chrissy, Rose Gold Bitch. Number 8, JKJ, Big Points No Losing. Number 7, John Basement's I Have Scars. I Got Scars. Ramiago Blue, Beautiful Life You Enjoy. Oh, actually, no. Oh, wait, I moved this all around. I'm sorry. Number 7 is actually Mayo's 17 Straight Summers. Number 6 is John Basement. Number 5 is Ramiago. Sorry.
Okay,
Number 4 is Jimmy Wapo, Kobe Jordan. Number 3, Slum and Toro. I guess, Charlie Slum and Yotaro and Slum and Toro. And then Walkman, 15229 was number 2, and then number 1, Vlad the Guru was number 1 for intro.
All right.
So how are we gonna write this?
Better handwriting, so you might want to make that paper for the both of us.
All right. So at the top.
So we might as well both do our honorable mentions, since our list is a kind of drastic difference.
Yeah. So I got 3 honorable mentions currently. I mean, I could always put up another one that I had on the back burner, but yeah.
I have a couple. I got say his name.
Ramiago,
Villa, Pretty Chrissy, Free Drugs, and Gregory Hollow as my runner-ups.
I had Stony, I had Complex, and Ramen Gone actually for my my backups.
So I guess we're gonna start at 10. I feel like we should figure out somebody that wasn't on one of our lists. So the people that weren't on my list that were on your list.
That were, wait, what?
All right. You had like Pretty Chrissy,
Yeah.
Ramiagu,
Yeah.
Gregory Hollow. Those weren't on my list.
They were not, yeah.
And for the people that were on my list, I would say were Stony, Flat Latin Izzy, and what, ATP?
Yeah. I had Stony Lease. I can put Stony in the top 10.
So you want him 10?
Whoa.
That's what I was making the argument for.
I'm just saying, whoa, now, but you had Ramiagu in the back. You had him in the back burner too, and I put him up pretty high. And who else did you have?
I had ATP pretty high.
And then George Hollow. Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
But the one I can argue the most, even though he wasn't the first one I wrote down, George Hollow was a very close 10.
Yeah,
So
I had my 10. I was like,
for my 10.
I enjoyed that album. All right, so wait.
So if you wanted to say Gregory Hollow 10, I could do that.
But then, all right, so you taken out Wapo. No, do you feel like Wapo should be high? I had
that's an argument for you at a later moment. But I mean, he was on my 10, so if you at some point I've seen that he'd probably be on this top 10 because you had him higher.
Can I have George Hall at 10?
Yeah.
Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
All right.
Again, between all my other runner-ups, he was probably the highest one that was like I had to fight with myself there. So I'll definitely go with that as a 10.
Okay.
So from there,
what do we want to go? 9. I would had Chrissy, and you had Chrissy. No,
I didn't. It was a runner-up for me.
I mean, I could. Who did you have for 9?
I had Flatland Izzy as 9.
Really? I mean,
that was my mainstream. Like as a Pittsburgh artist that I know is known around the city, that was my guy. Like I know y'all.
He's like, probably one of my. He would be probably one of my back burner ones. I mean,
but again, I also had Stony 8 because I know neither of those two are on your list, but they're both runner-ups for you.
Did you feel like Chrissy should be up somewhere in the bottom 5, or is that because
I had her as a runner-up, but she was never. I don't think she was ever close to my top 10. Like it's considered. Not as much as Gregory Hollow, and probably Ramiagu, and shockingly Free Drugs.
What? Number 10 tie. It could be number 10 tie.
I can roll with that. Wait, who?
Stony, but we can.
If that's the case, I would move Gregory Hollow up to 9, and you could tie Stony and Pretty Chrissy. I think Gregory Hollow could be 9. Again, like I said, if I had to pick 11, Gregory Hollow would have been 11. That's how close Gregory Hollow was for my top 10.
Oh wow!
Everybody else was.
And you had a double 1 at 10 too, so you had. I mean,
it was hard.
Yeah, this is
But again, like I said, for the only other like I said, all my other runner-ups are runner-ups. Gregory Hollow was like, I feel bad I let you off mine. So like I can
George
see
Hollow, sorry.
George Hollow, my bad.
10. What? So if we want Stoney, all right. Do we? All right. Who do you wait? So you are you trying to? All right. Are you gonna fight ATP?
Yeah, I'll fight ATP. I'll fight ATP a little harder than the rest of them because ATP.
I mean, I had John Baseman on here. You didn't even have him.
Ooh, I love you, John. The best interviews we had this year. Do not think it was top 10 album.
I liked it a lot because I can get on a lot of those tracks. I did like ATP's Ambrosa. That was a pretty good joint. I like that whole album. I give it a pretty decent score. I'm sorry. This is a lot difficult than
Number 10 tie.
Number 10 tie. All right, we want to go, but we don't have George at 10.
Like I said, I'd move up to 9.
All right, George goes at 9. All right, and then number 10 will be.
I would say Stoney and Pretty Chrissy.
I can go with that. All right, well, we can do this. Stoney.
Well, you're right, Matt. So your number 8 is ATP.
So
wait, what?
JKJ.
Oh,
I don't have the ATP up on here.
I love the fact that you knew ATP may be in my top 10.
I kind of predicted. Yeah, we'll just say on what.
See, I can see JKJ high. I mean, obviously he's my 4. So
he's what, number 4 for you? Oh, and I had him a little lower. I really liked his album, but then I was like, it was a lot. It was really difficult actually between, for me, 8 through 4. No, I could probably even say up to 3. I don't know. I already knew what my top 2 were going to be.
I think we all knew what both of our top 2s were going to be.
But
I didn't know what the order was going to be, but I knew what the top 2s were.
I mean, we could fight it either or. And we'll get to that.
Oh, it's easy for my argument at that when we get there.
Okay, I'm Pretty Chrissy. All right, and then So what do we want to go with
for the 8 spot?
For the 8 spot.
See, the thing is, like everybody between like what 7 and 10 for okay. I know what the 8 spot could be. Because you had him at 10 and I have him at 7. You want to go Fly Revolutionary Hustler?
I don't have Fly.
You don't have Fly?
You do. This is Jordan's prediction. I'm sorry. This is not mine. This is me over here. Okay, I had 10 was George Hollow for me.
So 8.
I can. All right, let's see. I can have.
I'd argue ATP at 8 for the total list.
Well, I want to have. All right, then that means like, because I had for 7, I had John Basement, but I'm gonna. Since I know you didn't like John Basement's album that much because you didn't even mention him up there, I'll fight for Rami Yagu.
At 8 or 7. I mean, either way, Rami Yagu's runner-up for me, so I'm not gonna argue that much about it.
Okay, I can have him up. Fuck, this is.
I would say 8 because I mean, I'm shocked that the Fly Revolutionary Hustler didn't get on yours at all.
It was a good album, and I was gonna see. It was difficult to pick between picking. You like that album a lot more than me. I kind of felt like it was good, but I feel like there wasn't too many like vibing tracks for me that they run back to. Okay. I mean, I could go back and listen to it, but it was like it wasn't something I was like, I need to go back to it, right? Listen to like 5-6 songs. So I can go back and listen to 1 or 2 when it goes down to like.
I think that opinion matters though, James. Like that opinion definitely. So
I mean, when I go back to any of these albums, I can listen to more than 1. Like I can listen to 3 and be like, all right, if the album kept on rolling, I'd let it roll. But a lot for me, some of these other albums that the reason why I didn't make it, it's like, they're good, but I can't run them all. So I mean, 8.
I can roll Rami Yagu.
But then you're gonna fight ATP. I think.
ATP. I'm gonna fight ATP.
So I'm gonna go ahead and fight for Rami Yagu at 7 and ATP at 8.
Want to rock, paper, scissors for it?
What? Move number 9 up to move one of them. ATP at 9. Probably all go at 7. Do that.
George at 8.
No, because the argument is we're conflicted on who should be 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Like we're not agreeing on who is better on that part between ATP and Rabiaga. That's where we are. And wait, where was Rabiaga on your list?
He was at 6. No, actually, wait. He was at 5.
So we both, and that's the same issue. We both had both of these guys at 5.
He's at 5.
And neither of them were on the opposite list.
Yes, yeah.
But I actually had Mayo at 7.
I had Mayo 3. We're not even close to that
Yeah,
argument.
we're not. We I fucked us all.
8-7.
So yeah, the argument is 8-7.
Yeah. All right. I'm going with the Rabiaga at 7. I fucked with that album a lot more than 8. But
he had him at 5.
At 5.
I had ATP at 5. We're trying to figure out who goes 8 and 7 because we're agreeing that one of these two are wrong. No, I knew this. I knew this as soon as we started talking about this one. I was like, we're not getting anywhere. I got a dime.
I got pennies. That's about it.
What's more reasonable, dime or penny?
Top 10. All right.
You can call it in here.
All right. Tails.
Oh shit. Wherever you find it.
Go and move. Watch out. Let it go. Heads. I said tails.
Okay.
So your guys number
7.
7, and your guys number 6.
All right. I mean 8. Yeah. So Ramiagu, you are at 8.
We just set new president that I guess the dilemmas we.
That was a fair. Both had somebody at 5, and they weren't going to get this. You already used your time, so it was right.
So at least y'all know that what happens when we get stuck. There's.
Shout out to the 2 artists y'all fought for the CD.
Yeah.
Oh. Shout out to Ramiagu's blue.
I consider 5 to y'all, so they landed further, but it wasn't due to where y'all placed it.
Right.
So 18 Ambrose.
So we get to 6.
6. All right. I had John Baseman. So all right. Well, now who
Charlie Slum.
I had Slum Up Higher at 3.
Okay.
I could probably put him up. All right. I mean,
who was your other runner-ups?
Sony Complex, Ramen Gone, and you didn't have. I had Complex up there. You had him as a
tie for 10.
Tie for 10.
Okay, so
shit.
See, I had Mayo 3. Those are the only other people I can like argue. Oh wait, you said you had. Where did you have? You had JKJ 8.
I had JKJ.
I would argue JKJ at 6, as I had him 4.
And how do you feel about now? You feel all right. I mean, JKJ can go up higher. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
So JKJ right now is getting the 6th spot for big points, no losing.
But it could change.
Everything can change until we basically the template was set with the previous list, and basically until everything is set and done, or the live stream cuts off. Not this live stream. So we have 5. Things are going to get a little weird. I think 5, because of where I see where he's on your list, is where I would go with Mayo, since he's not. I don't think we'll get all the way up to 3, which I'm not sure where it's going to be 4 or 3.
I had Mayo. I had him at a little bit lower.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
So I mean, at 5. I mean, that's how I originally wrote him up. But I can go with that.
Okay.
No, who we have? All right, so we have 4. All right, you gonna let Wapo get up this high? Because this is what I'm fighting for 4.
All right, I just got confused by something.
What?
Did Summon Toro not make it?
I thought it was supposed to be higher, but I don't know. You didn't fight it. Mine was at 3. What did you have him at?
Okay, never mind. We're good. Oh wait, so what are you about to write in number 5?
Number 5, we were saying Mayo.
I will. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
So you said you had Charlie at 3. So
And I had 4 Jimmy Wapo.
I don't know where we're going to do with Jimmy because I was going to put Charlie at 4 because I had him at 6.
So what are you putting at 4?
Top 3.
So what's going on with the top 5 here?
What are you talking about?
All right, so you have JK at 4, you have Maya at 3, you have Charlie at 6. I have mine, Charlie at 3, Maya 5, and I mean.
Okay, this is how I'm going to do this with you. I moved Maya up to 4, put Jimmy 5, and then put Charlie 3. I still do.
Let's see. All right, so Mayo at 4.
Yes.
Wapo at 5.
Yes.
Do you want Wapo up that high though?
I don't think Wapo's a top 5, but I see where this argument's going. Like the thing is, people, no matter how y'all feel, some people think I'm the diva here. I'm very good with concession. Like I understand where some arguments aren't going to be won, and some arguments are valid. Like I might not like the Wapo CD, but it is the city. Like this is the city's heartbeat, low key, for the last year. So I'm not arguing Wapo that way. So no, that's why I'm like, I can give you Wapo top 5 because I can see where people will look at me like I lost my mind if he's not made the top 5. Like I can actually see the understanding. I mean, I'm a man of the people. If the people make sense,
I'm not saying, but do you feel he should be in the top 10? Is first question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I actually think Kobe Jordan wasn't the worst project on the planet.
No. Okay. All right. So,
and I think I might have when I gave it a 2.5. The longevity.
No, you gave him a 3.
Okay, 3. It does have longevity. Some of these albums I listened to gave a 4 or gave a 3.5 to. I'm not listening to right now. Honestly, it was what happened with the Complex album. After the Complex album, after a few months, the only song I was listening to was "The Joint Will Be White." And Scatterbrains.
Scatterbrains.
So, like I said, like you said, certain things happen. Sometimes you listen to some things more later. Sometimes you listen to some things less. I will admit the Wapo got played a little. It just got played more consistently than some other things. That's what I can say.
I mean, that's true.
So, like I said, I'm not. A lot of y'all think I'm not. First thing, I don't think Wapo is as trap as y'all put him out to be. Like he's not illiterate trap. Like
no.
So,
all right, but I'm saying, like, can you fight? Do you want to fight for JKJ to be up higher? Or are you gonna?
I can fight for that if you would. I would put JKJ at 5 over Jimmy Wapo.
That's how good that.
We would probably get all the way up to basically. I could go anywhere between 7 and 5 with Jimmy Wapo. But I would put Jimmy if you were cool to concede, I'd put JKJ at 5. Which I just noticed that means you're bumping McKeesport to 5 and 4. Come on.
I mean,
but yeah, like I said, I would if it was in my mind the way this would work was Slum 3, Mayo 4, JKJ 5, Jimmy 6. But again, if you want to put Jimmy 5, I'm cool with Jimmy 5.
I'm cool with Jimmy 5. I can't be that low.
Then I can rock.
Can't see that going that.
I'm fine with that. Again, it's not like I'm mad. Like you said,
JKJ's was a good album. I like that. That was a good album.
Yeah, like I said, I can roll with that.
All right. Just exit out 4, and then this one 5. All right.
And so 3 will be Slamatura.
All right.
Which basically is where you had him to begin with.
Unless you have any type of unless you want to try to fight that one.
I can switch to Mayo and Slamatura. I honestly could.
You got more music out of Mayo though.
Yes.
You got 17. I think you got 17 tracks or maybe 9. I don't know.
It was something like that. But yeah, I could put. I mean, Mayo was my 3. So this is the same argument as Ramayagu and ATP. Like we both had these artists as 3. So. Like I said, that would be my biggest argument. Is I could.
You want to argue this?
I can argue it basically on the same contents as the last one. If you want to make it more fair and flip the coin this time, this is on you. And I can call it and see what happens. I don't want to deem on flipping the coin. So we're gonna flip a coin and see who goes 4-3 between Mayo and Slum and Toro. That's what's about to happen, yo.
All right.
So I'll call him there. Tails. Okay. Right. Mayo's 3, Slum and Toro's 4.
Damn.
If you would have caught it, it might not have.
I was gonna get the whole hand flip, but unfortunately couldn't. Kel can't catch it. So unfortunately,
I feel like he sabotaged himself.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not.
It's not sorry to anybody. Everybody's album's dope. We're flipping coins at this point. I mean, at 3, y'all was in the top 5.
Not to be on the list. It's like each side.
Yeah, like it's not a sorry moment. Damn, you made it sound you let somebody down.
Let down the whole.
Maybe next year it might be some next.
All right, so we'll have.
I can see next year after some things happen.
Oh yeah, how do we? That's gonna be.
There's gonna be some beef. Like there might be people that were friends that might not be friends after next year.
Like, wait, I was.
Hopefully, makes people think more about their albums before dropping them. That's what it just does. It gives some sort of people are listening.
Right.
So think about that.
Now, when it comes to the last 2, I would actually like to have like a conversation to actually figure out what the last 2 are. I don't want to flip a coin for this. Like I said, for the up to 3, I was cool with all the flipping the coin. But for 2 and 1, like I feel like we might have to sit there for a minute and figure this out. Yeah, we're like this is gonna be like first take with Skip, not with the Max. Let's put it like that. So,
all right,
2 and 1. My 2 was Vlad the Guru intro. My 1 was Walkman 15229. He had the ups.
Well,
they both got 5s.
Both.
What makes him the greatest album? What makes him the greatest album? That's what I want to hear.
Album mixtape.
What?
Walkman's
well, yeah, that's it.
This is not album EP, so it's not far. That's
album.
Your one because it's an album is number 1.
Yeah.
That's your argument.
Because it's the album and because this is the mixtape. All right, this is the first work Vlad gave out. So this is the rookie.
This is the rookie project from Vlad. I will give that. We know this isn't Walkman's rookie project.
This isn't it, but it was altogether, it was a really good album. That's
and
why,
from what I understand,
this was really hard to put this like between 1 or 2, or like, I mean, be tied for 1 for all I care, but I mean.
All right.
So does that get the number 1?
I don't want to do it like that.
No.
Shout out to the former Memphis coach. I ain't gonna rook Vlad like that. If you didn't see the great speech after the game, whenever they lost it in the playoffs, the coach of Memphis is like, "We ain't gonna rook us," which I ain't gonna rook Vlad. Saying that, who had the better singles? Who do you think had the better singles? We're gonna have to like that.
All right, you wanna run down the singles?
Because for me, Vlad's singles was what, Saved by the Bell and
I mean, let me just think about the
Billy Bob
songs.
Thornton?
Billy Bob Thornton, KOE.
KOE, that's the first track.
Saved by the Bell.
And then we got Raw, which you're a big Raw fan.
Raw's a really good one.
You know me, What is Drugs?
What is Drugs is a good one.
Huxtables.
Huxtable's a good one. 2, that was the one where like about whenever it's about quitting rap and everything. That was a really dope one. Yeah, I mean, I'm not knocking that Walkman didn't have a good album. I'm not.
We're arguing 1 and 2, James. I'm not here.
And but I like Vlad's too. I mean,
You know what the one thing about Vlad CD is? I always catch myself skipping the 3rd song. And it's a dope song, but it's a song after Saved by the Bell, where it's like a normal beat. I think it's Conscious something.
Conscious Science or conscious fuck, I know.
Which doesn't mean nitpicking. Like full blown nitpicking.
This is shit. Fuck, what was that one?
Like 7 songs on the project, James.
I know. No, there was like, I thought there was at least 10. Let me just run off the names. KOE, Saved by the Bell, Christ Conscious.
Christ Conscious. That's
Christ Conscious, Hoedown.
Love Hoedown. I'm not gonna lie.
Established in '94. That one pissed me off, but that was a good one.
It's short, but it's not something I'm gonna hold on to.
Love on Other Planets. That was a really good, dope one.
Yeah.
Billy Bob Thornton. Can't. That was good.
Can't's really dope.
Untitled, and then Marty McFly was the last track. So you had 10 tracks on this.
Okay, sorry for saying it was 7. Even though with the one joint it's like 9.5.
Let me run out.
You gonna say all 19 Walkmans?
You didn't have 19. I want to grab that, but I'm not going to, so I'm gonna look it up.
Thank you for not getting your hand chopped off in the middle of our segment.
Leave the props alone.
All y'all saw was a machete hit the table and James screamed. And the camera would have cut right there.
Next year, James is like just with a hook.
No.
All right, okay. At least I can.
CDL and Steven Seagal. That sums up 2017 for us.
All right. So I'm gonna get this. All right. So 15 XV intro. Average dude. They don't know. Raw. What is drugs? Slammers. 2. No hook necessary. Huxtables. Back at it. In it to win it. Stank along. Hangover kill. And then XXIX or 29 or.
What was the worst song that you could say out of all those songs you just named up?
Worst songs?
The worst song. I Christ Conscious, I think, is the worst song on Vlad's thing. I think I said a different song at the time, too, on the review. But at this point, when I've listened to it over and over again, that's going to be the one I listen to the least. But if you got something different, I'm all ears.
For what? For Vlad?
Well, no. Again, give me your word. I'm trying to figure out, like, what would you consider the song you listen to the least out of Walkmans? Because, again, I don't think Christ Conscious is a bad song. It's the song I listen to the least. And it's probably because it sounds the most like an old school track, and I'm into Vlad's. Vlad to me has a sound that's interesting and unique and new. So Christ Conscious brings me back to older rap, which I'm cool with it, but I'm into.
More looking for the next project.
Vlad.
So
because I feel like I'm gonna get a consistency from Walkman at this point. Like Walkman's sounds like somebody who's been refined for years, and just like what I expect from a Nas album. I don't expect to get blown away by a Nas album. I just expect Nas.
There's an expectation.
And that's where I am. That's how good Walkman's album was to me. Where I'm like, I just expect this from the Walkman from here on out. I don't expect to be wowed by Walkman with his next project. Vlad, on the other hand, with that, knowing that's his first project and how it was presented as a smorgasbord of just great sounds, yeah, I do have a lot more higher expectations for Vlad's next project just because I think it could be amazing. And it might be like, so yeah, that's where I am with like Walkman's is where it's like, listening to Walkman's album makes me think that like I've been listening to Walkman for 10 years.
Okay.
I listened to Vlad's album as yes, this does sound like a new artist. It's just an amazing new artist. You
listen to Walkman, you're like, all right. So you kind of expected like every track was that good?
After like 4 tracks, I expected the rest of the album to be that good. With Vlad, I'm still every track hit me differently.
Yeah, there was like in the interview, whenever we interviewed him the first time, he said there's a song for everyone.
Yeah,
and that's what it pretty much. It wasn't. It didn't have it. And that's what it because it's a mixtape. That's what you're expected out of.
But the thing is, there's still really no. I don't want to use the word theme, but there's no direction of Vlad's.
It's intro.
Yeah, which
you got an introduction to everything that he's capable of doing. So there's the expectation what you're going to get for next year or the next album or whatever.
The thing is, I don't know which one of these songs is going to be the next album. I'm not saying that the whole album is going to sound like one of these songs, but he can sound like Marty McFly. He can sound like Christ Conscious. He can sound like KOE. All 3 of those songs are completely different in sound. Yeah. KOE basically sings the whole time. Christ Conscious is like throwback rap. He could go with the thing with Saved by the Bell, which is more like a sporadic flow. And the hook is set. Like I said, it's all that. With Walkman, What is Drugs is probably the most extreme his flow gets on the album. That's because it gets into that monotone. And on the other side, I say In It to Win It. Like it's the polar opposite. But again, that's still consistent. Like that's a base chord between them. That's like saying weird. This is gonna be a weird acronym, but like if you look at a number chart that's 1 to 10, that's like 3 to 6. Like 3 is weird for what is Drugs, and then In It to Win It would be up to 6. But it's still in between 3 and 6 all the time.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how I am with Walkman. Like, so Walkman is just more of a consistent
rap.
Which again, I expect to get something more from Vlad eventually. Personally, Vlad to me is like Pittsburgh Travis Scott, where I don't know what's about to happen. Everything to me is always going to sound different from Vlad if this is what Vlad plans on doing. Now, if he comes out with like an organized album where he has like a set plan, it's a Good Kid, Mad City type of organization, then yeah, I can be blown away in a different way. That's the thing with Vlad. I always expect to be blown away at this point because intro blew me away. Walkman again, Jada, Nas, Snoop, like it's like people that I know. Like when I hear this album, I don't expect to be disrespected, but I don't expect to have the wheel reinvented. Vlad tried to reinvent the wheel. I'll give him that.
All right.
So for my long ass reason for this, why don't you try that?
let's see. Me defending Vlad. Like I said, for first time mixtape. I mean, this is all right. So what is this? This is the album of the year, or whatever project.
Pittsburgh project.
Pittsburgh project of the year.
Oh no, we've already come down. Walkman is the album of the year. Vlad is the mixtape of the year.
Oh yeah.
Wait, is it? Vlad's a mixtape, right?
Vlad is mixtape.
Yeah, so we've come down to
That's
that.
the first EP.
Charlie, Slum.
Yeah, Charlie Slum. So that's
The highest EP.
that's the highest EP. Yeah.
So we already come down. Charlie Slum.
So it's 1, 2, 3 album, EP, mixtape. The top.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah, it's one of each. So that's what's up.
No, Slum's 4.
Oh, Slum's 4, Mayo's 3.
Yeah.
Okay, Mayo's.
But Maze was a mixtape, but we're definitely gonna say
Okay, but
that
it's still-
Vlad was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we met. So before we keep on this argument, it's official what the EP, mixtape, and albums of the year is. EP of the year is Charlie Slum and Toro, Slum and Toro. The best mixtape is Vlad for sure, Vlad the Guru, and best album will be Walkman 15229. So those three of the split categories is guaranteed.
Yeah.
We're just trying to figure out the project of the year, the overall project of the year. We're arguing between Vlad and Walkman right now.
All right. So I'm cool with. Damn. See, again. I loved Walkman's. The whole entire album was a great album. I'm not hating on any of it. Like,
Also,
I mean,
you know what? One other argument I can make for Walkman, which could have actually given you the bump if you would have fucked this up. The skits are on point. I don't even see the point in having skits on your albums anymore. I feel like that's a risk.
skits are risky.
That's like playing fantasy football. And you have a lead, and your last player is a defense. But you had the lead, and the game's over, and the other player don't got nobody else to play. But you win by like 3. But you still play the defense, which will get you negative points. You know what I'm talking about. That's what skits are in rap albums at this point. When I'm reviewing them, like, oh, you got skits? I'm like, ooh, shit. Because like skits to me are just like they have nothing to do with the songs.
No.
If you're really stupid, you can pull a Dr. Dre and just have people fucking in the background of your skit, which nobody wants to hear that shit anymore. So yeah, like a skit can ruin some shit. So that's where I can definitely hold my hat on Walkman having good skits.
Walkman, no. Yeah, Walkman skits, those are dope.
Like if I thought there was a bad skit, I'd be like, yeah, that's where you would win from right then and there. Even the skit where dude was talking, he's like, I don't want all that Illuminati shit was dope.
Shit. Oh yeah, that was funny. Yeah. I'm willing to walk away.
Also, I don't know. Every other part of the argument for me is going to get weirder. I mean, production I think is more on point, and I do think. See this.
All right, now we're gonna have to go to the production side. Shout out to all the production: JPEG, Stevie B, Waving Lanes,
Ian Patrick.
Who else we got? Oh, damn! I'm just doing the shout out. Yeah, the
Shout out to Big Jess,
ID Labs, all the,
Fast Eddie.
just all the shout outs. Thanks for helping out with all these projects here in the city.
Projects, getting us music, all that stuff, man. It'll help. Again, the producers don't get the love they need.
Yes.
And pay your producers. Yeah, no, like and then again, going any deeper than that, I mean, I love the Saved by the Bell video, but like Walkman's video game.
Walkman's video game, that's not even up for discussion. Y'all can't touch that. He's too fun.
He shut down a fucking supermarket, bro.
No. Yo.
So yeah, like I said, that's basically on my argument. But like, I'm gonna shut up now. Zip it up. Give me your argument for Vlad, because one of us is gonna have to give, and I don't want to flip the coin for this.
I'm pretty close. Your arguments are pretty solid. Vlad's all right. Again, I'm defending it because this was like a rookie, like unexpected album, really good. Pretty much again, I could bang all those tracks. Yeah, there's about maybe 1 or 2 that are like
right. Bang every track on the Vlads. Okay,
Walkmans. I could bang pretty much every track on that. The skits are good too. So I mean, shit. Vlad again. Shit. It was really dope. At this point, I'm pretty much gonna give it to Walkman. I'm just gonna because again, you are pretty much valid. I was a hit or miss between both of these because I thought these were really good projects.
Yeah, both to me, these are still the best mixtape, best album in the city this year for me. And again, I'm happy that Malachi posed the question who I'm looking forward to more. It's like, even though I do think Walkman had the better album, Vlad has the most hype going into 2018 out of any artist we've listened to this year. Like, I expect more from Vlad in 2018 than I do from Walkman. Walkman could not drop an album in 2018, and that wouldn't change any of my opinion.
Oh, absolutely.
Vlad doesn't drop an album for a year, and I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, no.
I'd be asking questions and shit.
So what happened? Why didn't you do? Yeah, expectation for next year. I do have that on for Vlad. Walkman, I don't have that much of expectation. Features I would like to see. I definitely want to see. I want to see Walkman next year. I need to see Walkman because he's too funny. Love to see more music videos with him because I know they're funny.
Features and stuff like that. But when it comes to a project, if I didn't hear from Walkman until November next year, it would not be something I'd be shocked about.
Yeah.
With Vlad, I'm like, personally, Vlad needs to shut down the summer. I feel like that's where Vlad could live, is drop that March, April track. Because I feel like people get confused when I say shut down the summer. Shutting down the summer starts in March or April. Drop the single in March or April for people to get used to it.
Drop it late March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you need to get it ready. That's when the heat starts pumping.
So so what, we're going, so you're cool? All right.
I'm all right. I would just want to at least have some. I want to at least I wasn't just gonna let anybody Vlad had a really good album.
Oh, again.
And
shout out to the confidence, man, because I was worried, man. I thought me and him was gonna be arguing on social media. He came in here on the interview the day before the review and said, "Y'all gonna like it."
Y'all good? Yeah.
I only listened to Saved by the Bell. I had not listened to anything else by this man. He came in here and said, "You will like it."
I was like, all right, whatever.
Looked me in the eye, looked him in the eye, and said that. I will never be able to doubt that man again for that alone.
So, he has a lot of confidence in what he's doing. I mean, he's definitely the person for next year. So, I mean,
and we need those new tracks on the radio, bro, because I know you've been dropping some stuff, and I know you said you had some heat coming. And shout out to Vlad. He hit me up today. I think there's gonna be a charity benefit coming out. Vlad's trying to hook something up. I need help looking for a venue for the man. We're gonna find a venue, see if we get some charity stuff popping. And so this is all Vlad. I'll see where I can get myself in, but I want Vlad to do with him first. And then whatever support he needs, he knows I'm behind him, and I'm pretty sure we get the Unfiltered crew behind him as a total. But Vlad did hit me up earlier today looking for see if we can find a concert venue for him. So I'm gonna start looking for that. So if anybody got any ideas, please hit me up or hit up Vlad the Guru on any of his social media platforms. Or right now his name on Facebook is Benjamin Franklin. So I do know that.
Yeah.
So run down the list one more time, James. Let them know who the
right.
top 10 of Pittsburgh this year is: album, EPs, and mixtapes.
So again, we had our own individual list. If you're just catching in right now,
all these lists will be put up on the page within the next 24 to 48
both
hours.
of ours. Wait,
both of ours too.
Oh, okay. All right. So the collected top 10 2017 albums. All right. Suspense. This is you planning this out. You gotta watch the YouTube page. Just like when you watch YouTube videos, with games, and it's and it fades out. It's now you need to go to this website. All right. So now everyone who's not tuned in, what?
Or if we're gonna keep it totally unfiltered, y'all know what y'all be watching where it fades out and it says go to the page to watch the whole video.
Yeah, I was.
Saying that all three of us got everyone don't lie, that wasn't the real everyone used, but I'm glad you were
Thanks.
Let's go. We'll come right.
All right, guys. Y'all now tuning in, maybe coming from Facebook, maybe. So now we're just gonna rerun the top 10 combined albums between Jordan and I that we just finished up. All right, number 10, it's a double album, all right? We have Stoney's World, and Pretty Chrissy, Rose Gold Bitch at number 10. Number 9, George Hollow, Employee of the Month. Number 8, Ramiyagu, Blue, Beautiful Life You Enjoy. Number 7, it's ATP, Ambrosa. Number 6, JKJ, Big Points No Losing. Number 4, wait, no, number 5. Number 5, Jimmy Wapo, Jordan Kobe, everything's rewritten. Number 4, Charlie Slum and Toro. Number 3, Mayo, 17 Straight Summers. Number 2, Vlad the Guru, Intro. Number 1, Walkman, 15229. So these are the top 10 local albums of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Done by Unfiltered?
Not California or Pittsburgh in like Missouri or something. I think there's like one. There's like another Pittsburgh without the H.
Oh, that's there's one in, I think, in Missouri, and there's one in Florida.
I thought there was one in California.
And we got a California here too.
Yeah, we do. So
Guess
this
what? Both of ours are first.
so Pittsburgh with the H. This is the local albums that are going on, and then again, I'll let you know the top mixtapes. The top mixtape is Vlad, even though he's at 2, but the overall albums he's at number 2. But I mean, the mixtape, he's number 1. Walkman for an album, he's number 1 in both categories, and number 1 for the EP. That's Charlie Slum, but he's at number 4 for our local albums. So you know, everyone's album. You know, like I said, if you check out the beginning of the video, I list off everyone's name. Again, you can check this out on what's it called, Facebook, on our Unfiltered page. Check it out. You can check out all the, you know, like all the album covers. And if you're trying to look for, you can hit us up, or most of it's tagged, so you can actually find a lot of their music through their platforms.
One more shout out. I want to do a quick for the runner-ups, the people that were both on both of our lists that didn't make it. Shout out to John Basement. Shout out to Flatline Nizzy and Complex. Shout out to Villa. Shout out to Raw Man Gone. And shout out to Free Drugs.
And Fly.
I didn't make the list at all. And Fly Revolutionary Hustler. I didn't know.
He was like on the back burner. He had a good album. I mean, it just wasn't top 10 for me worthy.
He was in my top 10. So. Actually, good. So yeah, like I said, those are all the runner-ups. You want to run down the top 10 one more time?
One more time. We just run it back again. All right, top 10. Y'all missed it. This is it. It's set and final, done. We already argued it all out. You'll want to be like, oh, well, let me hear mine. Like, why wasn't mine on? Y'all had your chance. You got to admit, if you're that confident with your music and you thought it should have been in the top 10, then, you know, I didn't hear it. Nobody else had heard it, so maybe it wasn't top 10 worthy. Or if you think that you should be, we'll make a new album for next year. Let us hear it. If you only can make 6 songs, that's an EP. Send it out our way. It could be maybe a top 10 EP or something, but you know, this is already final. 2017 is pretty much at an end. So yeah, I wish we had the case fucking closed on this fucking year. Stony World and Pretty Chrissy Rose Gold Bitch at number 10. Number 9, George Hollow, Employee of the Month. Number 8, Ramiyagu, Blue, Beautiful Life You Enjoy. 7, ATP Ambrosa. 6, JKJ, Big Points No Losing. Number 5, Jimmy Wapo, Kobe Jordan. Number 4, Charlie Slum and Toro. Number 3, Mayo, 17 Straight Summers. Number 2, Vlad the Guru, Intro. And number 1, Walkman, 15229. So this is what it is for 2017. It's done. But if you have an album that was actually technically the 25th of December, we'll review it. So don't feel like for next year. But it's not being reviewed for this year. So it starts at the 25th. That already happened. So that was 3 days ago. If you drop your album for tomorrow, we'll maybe review it for next week. But from now on, it's only new music from here. So everyone had their chance. Thank you for everyone that, you know, send out music. Thanks for everyone, you know, to let us even be able to review you, interview you, have us hang out, you know, for the day.
And next year, I will do a full top 10 for this, but I do not have the time to do the full top 10. But I can tell you who was the year's most overly unfiltered person. It's the homeboy that died off the side of the building. It's not even an argument. I don't feel like there is any argument. Like you died. So
Yes.
you were overly unfiltered of the year. So at least one thing happened in your death. You won an award.
Someone died in Tottenham, like next year, bro.
No, I mean it was actually 2 deaths. I'm just saying that your death was.
I'm just saying next year, it doesn't have to be a death. The tops, like
don't go up the 75th floor, please don't.
Yeah. Don't go.
Also, because you're the original, because I haven't heard anybody else die from doing this, and I've been waiting like 4 or 5 years to hear from somebody dying from doing this. So if anybody else copycat dies, you will not be overly unfiltered for next year. I'm just letting you know that. There's one death. The next guy that dies will probably be one of those windsuit things that people be seeing doing the squirrel suits.
Oh yeah.
I'm waiting for one of y'all to die too, so that'll probably be next year.
So that's okay. So that would all right.
But that was probably the only thing that can overstop that. And I actually have seen stories of people dying doing that. I just need the video.
What if somebody jumped out of the airplane and forgot their parachute type deal?
Is that overly unfiltered? Or you just being dumb as fuck? That's the one thing.
That would just be suicide.
That could be.
Actually, I would just chalk that up as suicide because there's no way you're dumb enough to jump out of a plane without a parachute without just committing suicide.
Like you went up the whole way to get that you needed that last part strapped to you.
He's like, maybe they're like, oh, he had his backpack. He thought it was his leg.
No one's telling you that's a book bag.
Yeah, it's like, wait, that's
sport. No one's like,
it's a dance sport.
That's a dance sport. Like, I'm gonna jump out after you to see what happens to you. Like, no, I should have noticed that. Like, that's too many zippers to be a motherfucking parachute. Pencil holder is not.
Thank you.
What?
Because why did you? That was the worst.
That's the only one I can think of. Like, yeah, it's a chance. Yeah.
So we will not be here on New Year's. Everybody will be recovering, but the day after New Year's, we are back. Again, I told y'all on the New Year's is Monday, so on the 3rd, we got the homie Sosa in the house. Not just music, he's an entrepreneur when it comes to this clothing game, so we'll have him in for both of those. And again, I've interviewed him and reviewed him before in the past. I'm actually happy he was able to hit me up on such short notice. He's one of the players that actually move a lot. Like this boy does not stay home.
Last year.
Yeah. So when I hit him up and asked him like about a couple days ago if he'd be in on the 3rd, I asked him if he'd be in town on the 3rd. He's like, yeah, I'm cool. I'll be here on the 3rd. I'm like, cool. So when I have to ask you if you're going to even be in town on this day, that means you making moves, and I like that. So again, we'll be back next week. Let me get all the handles out real quick for the end of the year. GMWRadio.com, GMWW Radio at IG and Twitter, Grandma Worldwide Radio for the YouTube page, GMWRadio@gmail.com, JSkyline99 for the Instagram for me.
And James_Lame for Instagram as well. YouTube, yeah, we already got that. I fucked up.
UnFiltered _PGH for the Instagram. Again, always
sure
thank
it's on
you.
Point.
Yes. Always thank you. Always thank you to Street Smart Society for all the things they've done for us this year, for the cool logo, for the cipher. Again, shout out to Walkman, Vlad, Up Mosley, and Charles Slum for the
Skelly
cipher.
Wizzle as well as
Skelly Wizzle, DJ KK.
DJ KK coming through always. She's
again, shout out to John Basement for coming through, and Up Mosley for coming through and sliding through and just being there for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, this is a good year. I mean, I'm happy to be back on the radio personally. Thank you to Malachi for that. Thank you to my co-host for coming through for that. Also, shout out to Dion. We don't talk about Dion that much. He's a behind the scenes guy. He's not Suge. He's not Diddy. He doesn't want to be all up in everything. He just wants to watch the products grow and flourish into what they are. So shout out to Dion. Shout out to B-Dawes too. My Sounds Wireless has been around. It's basically oh yeah, Grandma too. Yeah, shout out to Grandma Management, Grandma Radio. Shout out to all the Grandma artists. And again, look out for that Diamond Girl with Booney and all them too, man. We ain't got the album from them yet, but we got the singles. We got all the singles out here, yo. So shout out to the end of 2017. Because I feel like this shockingly is one of the few years where I feel like people are ready for it to be over. Even though y'all still got 3 more years of the other stuff that y'all worried about. It's only the first year, yeah. For all y'all that's worried about that, the P word, it's only the first year, man. We still got 3 more. But yeah, like I said, man, it's about to be 2018. If y'all got anything y'all trying to do on the New Year's, let me know. I only got one like solidified idea what I'm going to do right now. So, but again, you got anything you want to say to the people before we leave, James?
This is a great year. I'm very thankful for everyone that's been able to let me be a part of this. So thanks.
Shout out to watching his recovery in live time.
I'm not 100, so I mean, I'm pretty much there. You know, I'm need to just gain the muscle back in my leg, but yeah, that was a
Could you fight today? Could you fight?
Could I fight Seagal today? Like, if he was outside, be like, hey, James, he's been waiting. Like, I said a year, but
all right. So 2018, November. I have the goal of 100 reviews. He has the plan to get healthy enough to fight Seagal.
Whoa. You had a goal to fight Birdman in the battle.
I think it's
Battle rap.
Battle rap. You said it
Battle
gets
rap
you.
versus Birdman. And the fight versus Seagal.
Oh, yeah, that works.
Yeah. 100 reviews is a collective between y'all as a show. But y'all both got grudge matches going down.
Yeah, we
here we come.
Oh yeah, again, Canadian Dual League. I got to do something. I guess I'm gonna have to get the
Birdman to the death.
The Birdman to the death. That was
Battle rap to the death.
Battle rap to the. You beat him with the bars. You beat his ass.
Goes down.
I got all these. I got like 100 Dragon Ball Z bars. It's cool. So, and it was like a gremlin.
All right.
But again, we'll be back. I love the puns and being a little corny. We will see y'all next year. I'm waiting to say that. We will see y'all next year, folks. Signing off, Jay Skyline.
And James_Lay.
Malachi behind the board. We give it to you straight. Shout out to Brick Flair. He was here earlier. He had to leave out a little early to get some sleep. So, we'll be back tomorrow. I mean, my bad. We'll be back next year, y'all. See you.